fight.
Hey, just to let you guys know, I'm eating one last slice of pizza and then I'm gonna start this thing. So, just letting you know. Okay.
Pushing forward through the night, aching just to blur aside. It's so far away. It's so far away. Cold wind blows into the skin. Can't believe the state you're in. It's so far away. It's so far away. Who are you trying to press? Steadily creating a mess. Step in front of a runaway train, just to feel alive again.
Okay, cool. I just kind of chowed through that last slice of pizza, but that's okay. Sweet. I already have an idea of what I'm going to do for this render. I haven't really gotten there quite yet. I haven't sketched anything out, but I just have an idea in my mind. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with that. There's a couple things I'm gonna do first. Let's do this. You're probably gonna hear a bunch of keystrokes, which I don't want to have happen. I'm trying to adjust my mic. Let's see. If you guys have any questions or anything, I would love. Thank you, Jason, for joining me on this. I really appreciate it. You're a great roommate. Thank you. Let's see. I'm gonna go in here and just start adjusting some of these. Actually, I want 5,000. That's a much better one. Luca, Naki. I don't need to do that. Yeah, if you guys got any questions or so, please let me know what they are, and I will be very glad to answer. I haven't done a live stream before, so this is pretty cool to me. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Cool. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do kind of a basic. I want to save this as something simple, like something like that. Let's just do that. Okay. Let's go ahead and grab. I have a bunch of grass textures that I'm going to be using. I think some of them I paid for, some of them I got for free. Let's see. I'm trying to remember where some of these textures are, or some of these models are. There it is. Okay, it should just be this right here is one of them. I'm just gonna merge it. Great. A whole bunch of these dudes. There's a couple things I'm gonna do. I'm gonna create these guys, and then there's another set of grass textures. I'm actually going to create null grass 1. Drop those guys in there just to be organized. And then the next one, I believe, is from Quixel. I got some free textures and materials and stuff from them, which is always really nice. I'm a huge fan of Quixel. I did not mean to do that. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Oh, I don't know how to get out of that. What did I do? Crap. There we go. Cool. All right. I just want my textures, Quixel, and I think it's plants. I think it's, yeah, it's just called plants 4K. Oh, where is it? Plaster. Plants. Nope, that's not it. This one. This is it. Okay, cool. We're just gonna load in. Do they have a? Oh wait, that's not the one. This is it. Okay. Okay. I need to not hit that button because that kind of messes it up. We're gonna merge that guy. Okay. We're gonna merge that guy. This one. Cool. All right. Oh, that's not what I want. Grass 2. I'll drop these puppies in here. Okay, I will mess about with textures for them in a minute. I might actually just go in here and start kind of doing this. Just trying to think of a way to make this more engaging or interesting for anyone watching. And then we have one last one, and that's this guy. Cool. I'm just going to go ahead and convert these materials because I can. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is, I think I'm wanting to place it right here. I think that's what I want. Everything. So I'm going to grab a sky texture. I haven't tested to see how well my computer runs while streaming at the same time, so that's not what I wanted. So hopefully it'll be okay. I'm just going to use the small previews. Do we not have? They're in here somewhere. Yeah, they're right next to them. I've been really enjoying the number 14. This is from the Grayscale Gorilla pack. I don't know if you guys use any of their products or have heard of them, but they are one of the best. So I use their thing, and then I'm just going to go ahead and make these exactly what I want. I'm going to drop this guy right there, and boom, we got our sky. Sweet. Cool. We're not going to really see the ground plane a whole lot, so that's not a huge issue, which is okay. I'm going to go ahead and make my camera. I'm a fan of the 50 millimeter. 50 millimeter is one of my favorites. Okay, we're going to do that. And I also want something kind of interesting in the background, so I think I'm going to grab a... not that. I'm going to grab a landscape. Move him back here. I'm also a fan of, where is my seed? Changing my seed away from the default original. That could be good. Let's do something like that. Da, 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 da. Okay, let's check that in the viewport. Just to give it a little bit of interesting quality, you know? Just a little bit of something. Okay, that could work out well, because I still want to be able to look at the sky and appreciate how good the sky looks. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is actually create a daylight environment. And then I need to mix the sky texture. I'm actually going to lock down the camera so I can go out of here and look at the sky. So the sky, the daylight is backwards, 180. Boom. It should be just like that, just to get that into place. Cool, looking good. Let's go ahead and I guess we can go ahead and start texturing some of these guys, because I'm going to want to populate this whole area with the grass. So let's go into here. Kind of the big key thing with creating these textures is to add enough variety to it. Because this is going to be quicker for me, I'm just going to drop in the textures from here. That's our albedo, bump. I'm not going to do a displacement. That's just going to be a bit too much. Normal. Definitely want opacity, translucency, roughness, specularity. Cool. And I'm going to organize these in a second. But I need to make sure this is a glossy material because we are using that roughness. I'm going to go ahead and drop in the opacity. I need to see which one we're looking at here. I don't quite know. Oh, I just messed up. Okay. Let me find the albedo. Drop that in. We'll see which one we're affecting. I think it's this one right here. Yeah. Cool. So we're going to do stuff to this guy first. This is our... What is this? This is our specular. So we're going to drop him into the specular, obviously. This is, I think, our bump. So we're going to drop this guy into our bump, obviously. This one is, I think, our translucency, which we'll actually mess with in a second here. This is the roughness, and this one is the normal. Okay, so let's just go ahead and arrange these guys real quick. Sweet, looking good. The next thing I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to create, this is our glossy one, which actually I think I'm going to remove that. We're going to move this guy over here. I do want to make a mix material. I'm going to drive that into this, and I want a diffuse material too, because I want to be able to add that translucency in there. Oh, there's no specular in there. We'll do the roughness. Is that the roughness? Yeah, we'll do the roughness. Definitely want the bump. And then our transmission, this guy, our normal, and then we want the opacity to be in there too. Okay, and then we'll route this guy into here, and we will auto arrange. Sweet. So now everything should be good and updated. I'm gonna drop him onto I think it's this one right here. Sweet, there we go. That's what we want. Okay, let's go ahead and do pretty much the exact same thing to these guys. I need to name these. What is this one? Let's just go grass 1. Q grass 1. Diffuse. Gloss. And then because I'm going to get confused very quickly. Okay, the next one. This is kind of the tedious part of the whole process. I get that. I understand that. It just kind of happens. It's just kind of how it is. But if you spent a lot of time up front in the texturing phase, then you will probably just get a much better render. Your materials will look good. There'll be enough difference with a lot of the materials. It'll just be all around way better. Okay, let's go ahead and we can keep this one, the diffuse, I suppose, and then just go ahead and drop in everything into here while we're using this. That's going to be an R. We don't need that one yet. This one's our roughness, our opacity, normal. Oh, crap, normal. This is our transmission, and then I believe that's our bump. Cool. Okay, let's go ahead and name this one Q grass 2 diffusion. I think to make things a lot easier, I can just go over here and just copy it just like that. Yeah, there we go. And then I'm gonna make this a gloss. Oh wait, we want the bump. We want to remove this, and we want to bring this into our specular and this out of our roughness. Okay. And then while we're doing this, we can go ahead and create our mix and drop both of these guys in here. And name this one Q. Yeah, I think what I'm going to want to do, now that I think about it, is just drop this into all of these guys, and then I've made 2 different ones, so I can go back in and make some color adjustments later. We're going to go ahead and just more focus on placement of these guys first. So let's go ahead and do that. With this one, this next grass clump, we need to remove the unused materials. Can move that up a little bit. Okay. We're going to want to create our material. We'll call it gloss or grass 1 because the other one is Q grass for Quixel. And then this one we're going to grab from, I have just a separate model, grass model that I'm going to use. This one right here, I got it from, oh, what's his name? He's a cool guy. I think he's Polish. I don't know. I got it on ArtStation, which is such an amazing place to go if you are a fan of art stuff. It's a great resource, and we're actually going to call this is our, which one? I don't quite remember. This dried grass? Dried. Okay, this is where we're going to need to get to. Yeah, this is going to be important, naming and creating the different ones. This one's our bump, I believe. Yep. This is the normal. This is the opacity. And this is, I I think what I want to do, though, is instead of... Is this the opacity? Is that what this is? No, this is our translucency. Okay, never mind, I messed up. And then this is our color, because it's already mapped. Cool. Great, so we have that, and then I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this. I'm going to name it dry grass diffusion. We're going to drop in, we're going to change this actually from glossy to diffuse. Drop in our transmission, and then we're going to add a mix material. And then I'm just going to call it dry grass. Cool. Great. Now we can just pop this guy onto, we can just do a couple random ones just to get the look. Grab that guy, grab that guy. Boom. All right, cool. We're going to do a second one. That needs to update. Okay, it's updated. Let's grab, I think we can just duplicate this. No, I don't want to do that. Do I? No. Let's just go ahead and call this one what? We want to call this one green. So yep. Drop these guys in. Drop these guys in. Cool. Put that in the normal. That's going over there. This is, I believe, our color. Yeah. Okay, another thing I need to make sure, which we don't get, we don't have that with this one. I think this is our translucency. No, that's our color. What's this one? This is the translucent. Then what's this one? That's our gloss. Oh, it's not bump. That's just easy enough to be fixed. Here's what we can, oh wait, not that one. Here's what we can do. We can take this guy and we can put in well, we can drop this guy into the bump, put in a color correction, and then just desaturate it. And then I think we can bump the contrast a bit and that'll bring on that. Okay, that'll work. Did I name it? Yes. Let's move these guys over here. Let's copy them. Name it grass diffuse. Delete. This one's going in our, oh wait. This one's going in the transmission. Cool, good, mix. We're almost done with this part, and then we can get into the fun stuff. Green grass, cool. Let's just go ahead and pop these into a couple of them, because whatever we don't put these in, we need to do the last one in. I think that'll be okay. Cool. All right. I might have messed up on these textures now that I'm thinking about it. That needs to go in there. I might as well do a color correction. No, not on that. This looks like our translucent. That's the color. Then I'm confused. Oh well. Put that in the bump. Do that. Saturation. Crank the contrast a bit. guess they just look the same. Okay, we're gonna put that in the bump. Add the color correction, saturation, bump that up. Okay, then we're good. We should be good. I'm just gonna go ahead and refresh. Sweet. Next thing we want to do is the last grass texture. Thank goodness. Because damn, it's taking forever. What is this one called? Hard dried. Original. Just don't want to put in. Okay, drop those guys. Drop those guys. Cool. I'm gonna make sure this is all set correctly. That's our gloss. Okay, and then this is our. Well, hold up. Which one's this? That's our translucency. We want that over there, and that's our color. Cool. Okay, easy enough. Oh wait, I want to add that bump in here real quick. Boop, boop. All right, cool. And then we're gonna go ahead and copy that. Okay, thank goodness. We're out of that stage. Let's go ahead and copy these guys onto all of these, and I'm gonna just do that. And oh my goodness. Do that, and then, okay. Cool, we are now all textured up. Okay, so the next thing, I'm gonna do a couple things. I'm gonna divide these guys out into tall grass. That would be these three right here. Or actually these six, because I'm gonna do something separate with these guys. Okay, and then the rest should be good. Wait. Oh, and then I want the stock out there too. And I actually want these guys. Oh, okay. I see the naming convention now. That makes sense. Not really. Okay. Cool. Sweet. Got that done. Okay. Next step we're going to want to do is take a Octane scatter material. We're going to label this one grass 1, so we can copy these dudes. I'm going to go ahead and actually copy this so that we have it saved away. Grab these guys, and we want it in here. Okay, grass 1. And then we'll set this to surface. We're going to scatter it on this guy. And the weird thing about this texture pack is that it makes them so incredibly tiny. So we need to go into the scale and move this up to like 50. And that's starting to look better. But I'm still going to want more. Not quite sure what happened there. Oh well. So the problem is with these guys, their directions are wrong. so we need to go in here and adjust them. So I'm going to pause that so I can go in here and rotate it, I think just 90 degrees that way. Yeah. Okay, they should be correct now. Yep, okay, those are good. And then I might as well just go ahead and adjust these guys. Let's do that real quick. Okay, and then while we're at it, these guys too. Okay, I think these are all good now. The green arrow to be pointing up. Cool. Okay, as I was saying, we want to grab these guys, drop it into here. Octane Scattergrass 1, plant it to that. Instead of vertex, we want surface. I want to bring these up to like 50, maybe 70, actually, now that I think about it. And then we can hit go and see that it's not working because I didn't set it to the plane. There we go. Sweet. It's looking good. We can populate it with a bit more. We aren't going to go super crazy because we still have a couple more grass clumps that we're going to want to be using. Sweet. Okay, that's good. Let's go ahead and pause that and make the other two. This is going to be grass 2. Let's go ahead and copy this guy. Move these into here. And then I can delete that null because I don't need it. This one we're going to want to put to the plane. We're going to want surface. And that'll work for now. And then the next thing we want to do is the last one. We're going to call it tall grass. I can copy that one, mute it, and then drop those guys in, and boom. So the reason why I'm doing this is so that I have greater control to how many of the tall grass dudes there are. I think I want these to 70 as well, so that we can see them. Okay, let's go ahead and preview this, see what we got. Wow, that's looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and I think it's tall grass 2 that we're probably going to want to scale down a bit. Okay, looking good. We're going to want a couple more of these dudes. Maybe not that much. Maybe definitely not that much. Okay. So there's a couple things that we're going to want to do next. I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to set this to that. And then what we're going to want to do is go in here and actually single out, grab all of the points. Oh, I need to go into here. There we go. Okay, all the points that are going to be visible. There's a couple ways we can check that. Okay. We can go into here, see what it looks like. Might want to do just a bit more. You can hold shift and add a couple more. Okay. The next thing we do is UI for invert. Shift C, set vertex weight. That's if you spell it correct. Set vertex weight, 100, boom. And then we go into our Octane materials. We set the vertex map to that. And now if we go look at our view from up here, it's inverted because of course it is, which I'm going to actually change real quick. I'm gonna invert that. Oops. And then drop these in again. My bad. Okay, now we should just be getting it right in front. So we don't have to be overloading our entire scene with that. And I will actually go in here and adjust this later, but right now I'm just gonna keep it right here. Cool. So let's just go ahead and run this real quick, see how it looks. That's looking about right. I might even go in here and shrink this down to 0.5. Well, I want 0.5, I want to make it uniform. And shrink this one down to 50. And this one probably down to 50 as well. Actually, no, I want to keep this guy at 70 because that's our tall grass. We want those dudes to be tall. Okay. And now we can populate this scene a little bit more with these grass clumps. Okay. It's getting a little big. I think this, we're going to adjust the seed a bit because I'm not a huge fan of one of those. Seems to be a lot of that. Okay. Cool. This is looking okay. I think I'm going to adjust the camera angle. I'm going to go and do something like probably this. Something like that is what I'm wanting. Yeah. Cool. Okay, we'll go with that for now. I will protect it. Cool. So while we're in here, might as well, not motion blur, add the denoiser. We don't need to denoise volumes, but I want to denoise. I'm gonna drop these down to 100 actually, because if you don't, like I said, we don't really need a whole lot. It would only take a second to really look at. Oh boy. What is the next thing to do? I guess the next thing to do is there's a texture I do want to put on this thing. So let's actually do that. Let's turn that off. There's a texture I want to add to this. I'm just going to organize a little bit. Okay, we want to bring all of this except for the camera, sky, and sunlight into the scene. Boop. And then we want these two into here. Boop. Cool. Let's go ahead and grab one more. Call this one hide. We're going to take all of our objects that we want to hide and put it there. And I'm just going to slide it down to the bottom. Okay. There's one more. There is a texture I do want to create. We're going to call it something. We'll call it rock, whatever. I need to find the texture in here. Great. Yeah, if you guys have any questions at all as to the process or why I'm doing certain things or just questions in general, I am absolutely stoked and excited to answer your questions. I will do all of that. I think I'm going to do this. Grab this guy. Boop, 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 boop. Cool. There's a couple things that we're going to do. Because these are black and white, we want to set these to float because float is great. Put that in the bump. This, we'll put that over here. This I'm going to put in the normal, and I'm 99% sure I need to invert the normal. I'm fairly certain that's what I need to do. That's just kind of how that texture is. Okay, cool, looks good. Do I have a roughness map in here? Oh yeah, that's what that is. It's not bump, that's roughness. Cool. And then I'm going to add a displacement. We're going to make that, I think these are 2K textures, so 0.5. I can double check real quick just to make sure. Yep, 2K. Cool. Steam is loaded up. I want to turn off Steam. Okay. Cool. It's 2K textures, so it's not the most high resolution, but that's okay. We will deal with that later. I'm going to pause this. I'm actually going to turn off that so I can just look at our rock texture and see what that's doing. So let's see. Let's take a gander. Looks great, extremely large. We're going to tile this down 25 maybe? That's not what I wanted. Let's go with 7. Maybe that'll be better. Now, why is it looking like that? Why is it looking stretched? Does that look weird to you guys? Huh. Nope. Bless you. Nope. Nope. These are perfectly square textures. I wonder why. That's weird. Okay. You're welcome. It's my roommate. Well, then, oh, what in the world just happened? Did it fix it? Okay, it's fixed. Sweet, cool. Okay, not sure what happened there, but we're good. I'm going to go ahead and actually bump up the saturation in here. I know there's not a whole lot to it, but I might as well just give it a little bit of a kick. You know what I'm saying? Cool. I think we can even tile this down just a bit more. And then I'm going to want to, yeah, that looks great. I'm going to drop this down to like 5, maybe. Okay, maybe 7. 7 looks good. Yeah, cool. Okay, so that's not our only texture we're going to use. There's going to be another one that I want. I just need to find which one it is. The gravel looks good. I think it's pebbles that I want. I think it might be actually all 3 of those. So let's just go ahead and run the pebbles. Do this. Hey, what's up, Trey? Did not know you were going to be watching this. Hey, Jason, Trey's on. Jason's doing his own thing. I'm going to the normal. I'm going to invert it. Go into the diffuse, and then I think these are 4K, so that's even better. So I'm going to pop that into 4K. Remember to turn these into float because that's better. Okay, pipe that into there. I'm going to actually drop that down to that and then pop that into there. Okay. Now, this might be a little fun. We're going to duplicate and then pop the pebbles thing on. And I might even just raise this up just a touch. Not a lot at all. Like, or maybe I need to lower it. We just want it to blend into the other Material. Yeah, not a whole lot. Yes, well, Jason said I should also, he forced me to. I have no choice, help at gunpoint. Fantastic. That's good. Glad you guys are getting along. Cool, that's looking good. That is good. We might even just end that there. I don't even... well, let's go ahead and try. Let's add the next rock, or I think it's called gravel. That's not how you spell it. Okay, we're just gonna leave it to that because I don't want to type. I think it's this one. Yep. Cool. These are 4K, which is nice again. This is our roughness. This is our normal. And we need to invert. Can you use material blending in Cinema4D? I'm not quite sure what you mean by material blending. I think I know what you... Actually, I think I know what you're talking about. And yes, you can. But this is kind of just my quick way of doing it. Just because, I don't know, I'm already half an hour into... Or almost an hour into this. And I'm going to chill. If you... Actually, I can show you how to do material blending in this. I can do that with the first textures that we have here. So let me grab, use mix materials. Or let's just say ground mix. And then I'm going to put the pebbles. Oh, wait. I'm going to put the pebbles and the rock materials in here. And then we go into the node editor and I'm going to arrange it. And the only thing we care about is this right here. So this is a float texture. We actually want to change this to noise. I think I'm just going to use this kind of this noise shader. This is the default Cinema4D one. We're going to use this one. I'm going to change it to something like this. Looks fine. Might increase the contrast. Maybe that's a bit too much. I don't know. We'll try that. Okay, let me hide that plane and plop it onto here and see how well that goes. Not great, and I remember why. It's because the displacement texture basically cancels out. So you can do it, I guess, kind of. Not really. I don't know. I haven't really explored that a whole lot. I ought to. I really ought to. I just haven't. Okay. I can pop this up, see what we're looking at. Okay. Those are looking solid. But we want to... I think I want to increase the displacement. Oh, I actually want to add the displacement because I did not do that. Float displacement. These are 4K. 0.5. Boop boop boop. And boom, there we go. Cool. Let's see how this looks. Way too much. My goodness. 5 should probably be okay. 2 should probably be okay. Not 1. I might do 3 and then just bring it down. Just move that plane down. Need to save because my goodness. Okay, looking good. Looking very good. There's got to be a way to do it properly. It would be nice to have a slope-based material, rock on the flat area, snow, dirt. But we could always attempt that later at some point, or I might attempt that at some point on my own, and then maybe later see what happens. The fall off node maybe. Oh, that could work too. Actually, love that, Vincent. Great suggestion. Great suggestion. Okay, that's got that ground texture that we want, looking good. I think the next thing I want to do is add the water that I was wanting to do. And this one, I'm actually nervous about how good it's going to look. I'm not 1,000% sold that it's going to be super great, but we shall see. So have it put onto the plane. Oh, I don't remember how to map this correctly. I forgot. How do we do it? Is that it? Oh. Oh. Do I need to do control? Yes, that's what I want. It's going to be slow and laggy as hell, but that's okay. Okay, because it's got to update. Not visible only. We want it to apply to all of this. Oh, I messed up. I didn't mean to do that. I use C4T vendor. I use Unreal Engine 4 Sketchfab, so I'm not familiar with that. Oh, that's Trey. Yeah. Yep. Oh, I think this limit is what we want. I think. Oh, let's see how good this is looking. Could be better. I think I'm going to actually paint a little bit more over here and then try and remove these guys. In all honesty, I don't need to have this thing running as I'm doing this. Let's actually remove some of these and then maybe it'll update better. Because I think they're grabbing it from another source. I'm not 100% sure. Huh. I might just do a completely new one. Let's see. I don't know. Okay, let's just roll with that for now. So I created a plane over here. I'm going to move that right over here. I think it's a bit big, so I'm going to bring him down. Boop. And I'm going to kind of integrate it into the scene a little more. I want to bring it down just a smidgen. Yeah, just like that. Cool. And I think I'm just gonna go super basic and boring and not at all fancy and just choose a simple reflection. Oh no, did it crash? No, it did not crash. Okay, good. Scares me a whole lot sometimes. Cool. Let's see if we can do something like that. these down to 9. Thinking we want a little more into this. Okay, it's getting there. It is getting there. Let's go ahead and set up the post. I think I want something like 25. That's fine. And then in here, I always just do linear and then 2.2. But I also like to check this LUT that I got. That's super great. There's 2 that I really enjoy. There's this one. It's looking okay. And then there's this one. I like the other one more. And then we can just, oh, that's interesting. What are these? Had not seen these before. That's cool. I'm good. Got any normal maps you could add to that plane? Yeah, I've got one. Let me see what I can do with that. I have one. It's a bit finicky, and it's everything. So I need to do a lot of just messing with it because, yeah, I'm going to transform it quite a bit, actually. We're going to shrink it down a lot and definitely bring down that power. Bring that down probably a little bit more. Okay, that's looking better. Is that what you're hoping for? I think that definitely could do a bit. Ooh, my goodness. Yeah, I'll add some stuff to the mountains later. Right now I'm just trying to grab what we got here. Whoa, okay. Okay. That was something. Let's see. I'm actually going to go back in here and put back in that first LUT that we had. Just add some more. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I lied. I'm not doing that. Cool. So far, it's looking pretty good. I'm liking it. Focus is good. This guy right here is really ticking me off. So I need to, I think that's part of the tall grass. So if I remove that, there, that's how we do it. There we go. Okay, that's what we want. That's exactly what we want. Okay. And then I can, what do I want in those back mountains? I guess I could do the rock texture for the back. I was going to do more grass. Because I feel like that would look pretty good too. Yeah, I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to do the grass. So need to wait for it to stop freezing. Are you done freezing? Okay, good. Cool. Never like it when everything's frozen. I hate that. I hate it so much. Okay, so I think what we're gonna do is we're going to add the grass textures back here on the mountains. I think that'll work out just fine. There's probably a couple things we're gonna do to these mountains. Like round them out quite a bit. I don't like their roughness. Yeah, and it really doesn't matter the segments because they're in the background. They're gonna be mostly out of focus anyway, so we can just keep it to however low we want. Let's go back to here. I might even make these like wider. Yeah, I think that's exactly what I want. I think that is exactly what I want. Make this just as wide as it could be. I might even bring this one a little closer. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Cool. Let's grab these guys. There's a couple things we want to do first. I'm going to go ahead and add a null and say main grass scatter. And we're going to drop these boys into here. Great, good job, looks good. Next I'm going to do left hill grass. Right hill grass. And then copy these boys out and put them into their respective spots. Cool. Let's go ahead and set this one up. We don't want it set to plane. We want it set to that one. And we don't want it to have a vertex map. And we want it to be surface. Okay, that's how we're gonna do it. Surface. Boop. And then this guy, no vertex. And surface. Oh, not plane, surface, actually. And then we're gonna bring it over there. I forgot to change it, not that. I forgot to change that over there. I think I messed up. Yes, I did. Okay, and we can even drop these counts down quite a bit. I don't think we need that much because, like I said, it's just in the background. Okay, so we got that set. And then now we want these guys. Boop. And clear. Boop. And clear. Boop. Okay, sweet, got that set, we're good. Let's go ahead and drop these guys into our scene structure. I want to just take a second to really appreciate everyone watching this and joining in. This is something I want to do a whole lot more, and I'm having a good time doing this. I really appreciate some of my friends coming out and watching this. Appreciate that. Thank you, Jason, for dealing with me talking loud and out loud and nothing. Yeah. Looking good. I'm actually going to cover those hills now. I think that's what I want. And I will just bump those up until we don't see any of the white. Or if we see the white, I can create another ground texture, remove the displacement, and then just plop it on the rock. So that it's still got most of the things going. You right. It's still got most of the stuff going, but you can't quite tell. Yeah, okay, that's looking good. And I'm actually gonna go in here to the normal and power that down quite a bit more still. I think it's just a little bit much. Okay. Cool, looks good, looks good. The only thing is that it looks like there's not a lot of variation in color in the grass, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So I'm going to kind of adjust that a lot more. And yeah, I think we're gonna do that with this. And I'm not going to adjust these guys in the back. I'm just going to adjust the main grass comps that we have. I think it's grass 2, yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy this over. I'm just going to rename these to, rename to 2, not W, 2, 2, and if you give it a second, we'll name this one 2 as well. But you gotta give it a second. Okay, cool. Go and kind of messed up. I need to stop that while I'm trying to work on this. Sometimes this can get a little finicky, which it mostly gets finicky. Okay, and then 2. And then now we want to drop, I think that's a diffuse, and then the gloss. Cool. Now I'm going to open up the node, and I'm going to go into here, and I'm going to start messing with the color. I'm going to make it a little more brown and a little, that's maybe a bit much, a little more brown, a little more saturated. And I think that is exactly what we want. Is to make it a little more brown, a little more saturated. Cool. Let's go ahead and where's my grass? We're missing a grass. We're missing grass 2. Where's grass 2? Okay, we're just gonna copy that in there. Interesting. Not sure what happened there. Okay, cool. Grass 2, we want them to have a little bit of variation in here. So I'm just gonna grab these guys and put them in a couple of them. Let's see how good that works. Let's actually go ahead, store that render buffer. Maybe. Maybe not. Cool, okay, I think that's got just enough variation to it to warrant some fun times to be had. I'm gonna bring this guy down a little bit, bring this one up, because I actually really like the, that's gonna break apart. I need to make him taller. Cool. All right, that looks good. There's only one more thing that I'm kind of missing, and that is kind of a central subject object. I don't know what I want to do yet. What is something I can do? Let me think. I'm gonna go through my model list real quick. Let's see what I want. Let's see. Actually, I think I know what I want. I'm going to go into my textures, going to go to Quixel. I think I just want a gigantic rock. That's my big one. I'm gonna get this guy right here. Okay, that's a good choice. Good job, guys. Well done. Great choice. You did it. Proud. Is this it? No. This is it. This is what we want. And I think, okay, with the high model count or high poly count, you want an astronaut? Yeah, we can do an astronaut. We can do an astronaut. Let's just go ahead and do that. We'll use Raoul Marx's astronaut thing because Raoul is insane. And I would love to meet him one day and just be like, wow, you are amazing. I'm just going to open up this one because this is quicker. Cool. I think it's the geo that we want. Yep. Oops. Okay. Cool. I think that's looking good. I think I just kind of want to rotate it just a bit. I'm gonna check my camera. Put it on. I think I'm gonna put it on the. That half right there. Let's see. Sorry. This is wedding stuff. Alternatively, see if our texture manager could relink the missing textures, if I remember correctly. What? Where's the texture manager? What is that? Hold up. I had not seen that used before. I never tried that. I need to try that. Well done. Good choice. Good suggestion. Love it. That's awesome, actually. Oh, wait, go back. Rotate him just a little bit more. He's doing good. But that kind of adds a little bit more to the scale, you know? Looks pretty good. I'm even going to go in here and adjust this normal more. I think that's just a bit much. And I might even tint the material something fancy. Yeah, just select all the right and click method into use map on to relink at all. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. I never did that before, and now I really want to. That is awesome. Thank you very much. That's awesome. How does that look? Ooh, that's way not good. If I bring it up here, does that do anything? No. So I can go in and add a little bluish tinge to it. That might be too much. Huh. Yo, Vincent, thank you so much. You're awesome. I definitely need to do these a lot more. Cheers, my dude. All right, cool. I kind of also really want this rock texture to go in here too. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to actually go in and if we have any, no we don't, okay. I want this rock in here too. I think the rock could be really cool. Maybe not cool is the right word, just fun. Let me see, what is my zip code? Oh, let's see. Okay. I will message you back in a second. I need to get these textures going. Okay. We want the albedo. Boop. Bump. Not going to do displacement because that's just a bit much. Glossy, normal, roughness. Okay, that looks good. Cool. Albedo. This is, crap, what did I say this was? Bump. And then just to stay good, we're gonna make sure this is just float. I think this is the normal, yep. Normal. And then this is roughness. Boop. Float. And then we want specular. Wait. And then we want specular. Okay. Float. Cool. Looks good. Looks great. Awesome. And then you just attach that to this dude. And then I'm actually going to freeze that so I can go in here and without much problem get the rock moving. You know, we can even make it look almost like a space rock in a way, if we really want to. That could be cool. Maybe put that a little farther back in Z space. Yep. If we're gonna do that, I want to go into here. I'm going to bring down that saturation way, way down, and then probably bump the contrast quite a bit. Oh, that's the gamma. Oh no. Not that. I'll do the contrast. Cool, we'll do that. All right, save it one more time just in case it crashes. Let's go. How's this gonna render? It's looking pretty good. I might even scale it up quite a bit. Let's try that. It's looking okay. Let me bring that a little lower. All right, cool. We'll call that good. Let's go ahead and hop back into here and we can set up the Octane settings. All right, let's go into here. I want the output to be 1500 because that's just what I do. Boop boop, doop ba doo, raw. I'm actually going to undock that so I can see what's going on. I do want the denoise, want the volume. I don't need render layer. Info, let's do that and that. Okay, looking good. I can just populate that just ever so slightly. There we go. Okay, that's fine. Cool. I think we are good. I'm going to actually, one last thing is I want to go into the lights. I want to change that to its higher resolution because we are looking at the sky. Okay, cool. Okay, I think the next step is to just kind of let this thing render. I'm not quite sure how long it's going to take. I guess I can look at that real quick. I have no idea how long it's going to take. Hopefully not very long, but we will see. You know, it's not too bad. That's also because we have the denoiser on. I think I'm going to bump up the this up to like 500 just to be safe, and then we'll go from there. So I'm going to let this thing render out and do. What am I going to do? I haven't finished eating dinner, so I'm going to do that. Let this render out, and I'll be back in a bit. So if you want to keep this going and watch it, you absolutely can. You don't have to. But I will be back. Let's see what this says when I hit render. It shouldn't be too long. I didn't finish not optimizing, but organizing the scene. Oops. 25 minutes. Okay, well, looks like it'll take about 25 minutes. So, whenever you want to come back, you're welcome to. But I'm going to turn off my camera and just let this thing, and my mic, and just let this thing run until it's done. So if you want to look at it denoise itself, you absolutely can. So there we go. Okay, see you guys in a bit.
truth, standing toe to toe, yeah, bold. Throw in the first blow to leave a couple teeth to spit out. We swim out away. I hope we don't start to cry. At least it's not a race. Can always float on the backs. Well, it's true. It's true in what they say. It's a hoax, and you don't even know. You just laugh, and when you don't, you just stare, and it's not even there. It's a joke, and it's always a big deal to people that don't matter at all. Like calling all the folks that you know, and their voice is always so very small. If we lend our gaze, it's like it not to come back. So hold your breath, babe. There's always one more lap. We set a good pace. It's the kind of sort of thing that always wins. And when we finally cross the line, when they're dragging behind, your stroke will be the links that defines. There's always a distance between a shot and a whistle, between a shot and a whistle, between a shot and a whistle. A year from now, we'll all be gone. All our friends will move away, and they're going to better places. But our friends will be gone away. just as well, but I miss your face like hell. Been talking about the way things change, and my family lives in a different state. And if you don't know what to make of this, then we will not relate. So if you don't know what to make of this, then we will not relate.
Sweet. I really like this song, so I'm gonna let this play out real quick. Did I not save the crap? Okay, well, we're just gonna save it like this. I can't believe I forgot to do that. That was my bad. I need to turn that down. Okay. Let's do that. Cool. Here we go. Open. Sweet. There we go. There it is. All right. Let's go ahead and do a couple things. That's not what I want. I'm gonna go on here. I'm just gonna add that one LUT that I had before that I really like. Once again, it's free from Grayscale Gorilla. Oh, I forgot to add my face. There it is. Cool. That looks good. Might decrease it a bit. Yeah, that looks fine. Okay. And then I think the next thing I do, just because I can, is add an instance of film convert just to deepen some of these colors a bit. I want to take some of that out. But yeah, it's just kind of makes it a little more rich in everything. I might even drop down the curve just a touch, just a little bit. And then I think I'm gonna go up here and add some, what do you call it? Some diffusion. Not a whole lot though. We're gonna park it down just a touch. We don't need a whole lot. Even less than that. Okay. That looks good. I think the next thing I want to do, I don't know how well this is going to work, but we're just going to try it. I'm just going to label that EXR. That's not what. Okay. And then we're going to apply shift channels, red, off, and then duplicate. I actually want to set that to screen. Set that to screen. We want that to be, we want that to be off, green, off, and then duplicate, and then off, blue, off. Okay. And the next thing we're gonna do is an adjustment layer, and then what is it? It's some sort of transform thing. Oh, it's mesh warp. That's what it is. Mesh warp. I'm just gonna do like 3 and 3, and then we're just gonna go in here ever so slightly and shift some of these up a little bit, not too much, just add just a little bit to it, you know what I'm saying? Well, maybe, there we go. Doesn't need to be a whole lot. Oh wait, no, that's not what I want. I need that to be on. That's blue. I want it to be on red and blue. So, I think this is it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, okay, that's what I want. That might just be way too much. Like I said, it's a very subtle effect. You don't want it to go super crazy. That's not the goal of this. The goal is to just go ever so slight. That was not slight. Okay. And we can even just select a couple of the parts of the image to do this too. Cool. I would have had the rest of the image to play with, but me and my stupid self didn't save it. Or just didn't do that. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and save that. And then I save it as a Photoshop document. Render, and then I can open up, well, here, go into Photoshop, because I already have it open. Do that, window, or wait, filter, convert, yes. And then I use the Nick collection in Longifx Pro. Every once in a while I'll build it. Sometimes I look at these just to get kind of a base, because sometimes that looks pretty good. I haven't found one that looks super great to me. So So we're gonna just go start with the film type, see what we can do. We want to go super neutral on this. I like that one pretty good. Yeah, let's introduce a little bit of grain. Don't need too much. I'm a fan of adding just a little bit of a light leak into here, just to add some fun. Not a whole lot. We really don't need much. I think that might be not what I'm wanting. That could be something. No. See, that could be something. That could be cool. I like that actually. Okay, cool. And I might just bump the brightness a touch. Decrease that. Maybe add a little bit into it. Don't need to do a whole lot. Cool. Or wait, no. There's one more thing I wanted to add, and that was a slight vignette. Just a very slight one. I can go and where is it? There it is. Oh, I just ruined the whole thing. Never mind. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I'm just gonna do something simple like create this. Create a solid black mask. It does not need to be big at all. We just want to go for very subtle. Very, very subtle. Cool. I don't know if you can tell on this, but I think that looks really good. Cool. We're good. Awesome. I'm going to go ahead and export that out. And I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for joining me. That was awesome. I don't think, did it export? Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much concludes it. I want to thank you guys again for joining me on this. I had an awesome time. It was really fun getting to talk to you guys, and just did a good. Oh, I'm sorry, Vincent. I didn't. I've used it in just about all of them. All my recent ones. It's super fun, and it's really simple and easy to manipulate. No, I don't want to say that. So yeah, it's great. It really is. It's one of my favorite plugins to use, and I didn't even go in a whole lot with it, but I still think it worked out super well. Cool. Let's go ahead. Is it gonna let me export? I don't know why it's not letting me export. This is weird. Let me close out of it and try and open it again. I don't know what's up. Yeah. Well, I'll save it out. I'll get it to work at some point. Thank you guys again for joining me. That was super fun. And I will hopefully do this again at some other point. I need to figure out kind of an idea of what I want to do next. This kind of ran a little bit longer than I was wanting it to, but I think it's just because I didn't start with like pre-done textures. Maybe next time I can go ahead and just get some already set up. So we'll see what happens then. But thank you again for watching. That was fun. And see you guys later.